Biology Part 245. Classification groups. No matter how they vary, all classification schemes recognize a hierarchy of the groups or the clades between the largest units, the kingdoms, and the smallest units, species. In descending order of the size, these groups are kingdoms, phyla, singular phylum, classes, orders, families, genera, singular is genus, species. These are the examples of the organisms classified into these groups are given in the table. You will notice that in some cases taxonomists have found it useful to subdivide the major clades. For example, the phylum Cladora has been divided into several subphyla. So we find the kingdom, there is Animalia, man, and Plantae. Then there are phylum, Anthropoda, Chordata, and so on. We can find them in the table that the Anthropoda and the Phytos, Insecta, and so on are the name of the taxons. Other useful but strictly non-taxonomic groupings include the Radiata, Postentomia, and the kingdom of Animalia as we move along with them. Binomial systems. When we talk about the organisms, the binomial systems are the organisms which are referred not just by their species name but also by their genus. Rather like the full name of the surname, it is customary to use the capital letter for the genus, small letters for the species. The line Phelio-len is the tiger. Phellotigris belong to the same genus and are immediately recognized as being closely related. You should adopt the habit of understanding the name like those which are written in the books. They are pointed by the binomial names as well. Carl von Linné was the Linneans who devoted most of his life in naming these classification organisms, which way could be universally understood and copied. He adopted Latin and the other names of the language of the great alphabets of nature and translated them into their own names. The Latin equivalent are the letters of the IV braces and binomial names of the indicators of the species named by L. Linnaeus. Kingdom, Porcheriids, and viruses. Kingdom Porcheriids, they are the bacteria, and the blue-green bacteria are the two main groups of the organisms. They include the kingdom of Porcharia, and they are simplest living organisms but play a vital role in the ecology of the earth, particularly in the recycling of the bioelements, and we find them all around. Then we talk about bacteria and bacteria's structure. Next we talk about the nutrition and metabolism. We talk about their autotrophic forms. We talk about their heterotrophic forms. We talk about growth and reproduction. And then we move ahead and we talk about the blue-green bacteria. And when we talk about the bacteria, we also talk about the viruses. The viruses have their own penetration into the science. Then we talk about the economic importance of bacteria and viruses. We use them for fermentation, sewage treatment, biological control, industrial microbiology, genetic engineering, and so on. Then we talk about the kingdom of Protocosticeta, Protozoa, and this is where we talk about their classification, we talk about their structures, we talk about their life activities, molecular basis of the Amebia movement, we talk about the other rhizopods, we talk about the paramecium, we talk about the structures, life activities, we talk about the ciliary movement, we talk about the Plasmodium, we talk about the life cycle of Plasmodium, we talk about the other ciliates, flagellates, we talk about the control of malaria, how it was used as the treatment and the isolation of the infected people, drainage of breeding groups, destruction of larvae, spraying houses with insecticides. We'll talk about some of the simple multicellular organisms, development of the multicellular organisms. We talk about their phylum and Porifera, sponges, phylum Synedria. We talk about their general features, we talk about their structure of the hydra, and then we move ahead with it. As we develop it in the structure, we explain their penetration into the theories and the practice. We talk about their feeding, digestion, movement, nervous coordination, reproduction, life cycles of the other species, and talk about their adaptation of the parasite forms, body plan, structure of the forms, and then we'll move on to the increased reproductive potentials, reduced structures, protection from the host defense mechanism, and transmission by intermediate host.